Good morning, lovely ladies. So, we're going to do pregnancy update in maybe 3 minutes or less. So, week 9, and I am living on these aroma rings. They are silicone. They are like marinated in an essential oil blend called Aroma Ease, and they are phenomenal at helping me be able to do life things. And pure gum. I don't love peppermint. I really don't. Um, Bad experiences with like candy canes as a kid at Christmas. Like it was gifts, like times a million. I don't do peppermint. So, cinnamon. This pure gum is amazing. It is gluten free and vegan if you are dairy free. So, that. But oh my goodness, these. And then I'm on progesterone now. And that progesterone is just because there's no real rhyme or reason to the reason that I had a loss back in April. And so my doctor's like, well, it's low risk. Let's put you on progesterone. So I'm on that. And it took the nausea from like uncomfortable to like, woo. Okay. So woo is a clinical term now. And woo is like, I could not eat something last night because it smelled like it tastes. And I'm like, nope, can't do it. So, hello, pregnancy. Love my children. It's totally worth it, I promise. If you are not a parent at this time, it's totally worth it. Just saying. But wow. And I'm a 8-time mom, not pregnancy. So it's 12 pregnancies, but this is baby number 8. Praise the Lord. But woo! And I'm kind of living on, in my personal plan, I'm living on whatever my husband can cook. So he has PTSD and cooking stresses him out. So it is like meat and carbs or meat and veggies, and like he's the king of going into a grocery store and like just grabbing. So off-plan things sometimes, and whatever, and collagen. I'm living on collagen because the only peppermint tea I can handle is white chocolate peppermint, and I think it's Bigelow brand. If you're gluten free, watch those teas because some of the teas can contain um, barley. The sugar cookie sleigh ride version of that tea has barley in it. Okay, so that's kind of the update. We're just hanging out, trying to grow this little human. There we go. And now it's going to be prayer request time because, as you can see, today is the 6th heavenly birthday for my son McLeod, who was stillborn. So the day he died is not the day his body was born. His body was born on the 22nd of January. So from now till the 22nd, this mama's heart needs some prayer. Okay. And because God already knows, he has used the fact that I am open about my child and that I talk about my losses, including our loss in April of 2022. People have reached out to me prior to knowing today that it was his birthday, his heavenly birthday. And I love that. I love that about that. And then Monday, this baby that I'm growing right now will be 10 weeks. And I miscarried my April baby at 11 weeks. So God knows, right? He does. And then yesterday we found out that my husband has to do a gluten challenge. If you have not done this or been through this process yet, it means that I have to get wheat in my house. Yeah, I'm kind of clutching my heart right now. For the next 10 weeks. Yeah. So I'm gonna say I'm not a doctor, but I've been through this process 4 times, and the international standard for a gluten challenge is consuming at least the equivalent of 2 slices of bread a day for 8 to 12 weeks. It is an international standard. You can look it up. And the person that is conducting this test on my husband, because he's being tested for celiac disease, finally, because the VA lied and didn't do it when we asked them to many years ago. We found that out yesterday too. She tried to tell him that it was only 3 weeks, which is a big fat lie. So I had to go buy 4 loaves of bread, wheat bread, right? Glutinous bread. And it is now in my house because he has to consume bread and or crackers. So eight like saltines type crackers a day. And that's kind of what we did with the little kids because I can contain that mess. So that's what my husband is doing. But if you are seeing a GI specialist and they give you some crackpot answer like anything less than 8 weeks of eating gluten before they diagnose you. If they're taking blood beforehand, fabulous. They need a baseline. Um, but this human wanted to diagnose my husband on 3 weeks of gluten consumption. No, ma'am. I kind of get tired of telling them how to do their job. Like it really drives me crazy. And then yesterday, blessing number 5, one of my girls, um, she had a genetic panel done to see if she's even a carrier for celiac, and she is because she's been having symptoms. So we knew she was gluten intolerant because she had the endoscopy and she had the blood work and it was negative after she did full 12 weeks of eating gluten. And now she's been having some funky vitamin D levels and just we needed to check again. So now we get to see what that means if they're going to diagnose her with celiac disease because she's a genetic match, or if they're just going to call it gluten intolerance because she's got the gene. Like, okay, here we go. And then pray for my dad. He is having prostate cancer surgery tomorrow, and pray for him.